So I ate nothing but crap, like nothing but processed food and junk food and whatnot. And probably in I don't know when I went to visit Amber in September of last year, 2016, and she was doing keto and low carb, and I just saw it looked just she looked great. Like she had lost a lot of weight, and I hate saying that about people because I don't see people as like heavy or thin or whatever. I just see the people I care about as the people I care about. But like,
But you've known
but you could
you've known
notice.
me so long that you've seen me at my heaviest, which my heaviest was about 285. So you've seen me at my heaviest, and you've known me,
A
at
lot
my
of
lightest.
years. A lot of years. It is in the
Yeah.
30s, I believe, or the 28th. Something like that. A lot of years. Um, I just saw, and not so much just that she had like gotten like way trimmed down, but that she was just active, and there was just something different about her. And she had me try bulletproof coffee, and I had tried to make them on my own because I was curious about the diet to begin with, and I did not have success in my first BPC. It tasted like yuck. So she made me a BPC, and maybe I can at some point show you guys a video of what that was like because it was very awkward, and I tried it on Facebook Live, and it was kind of weird, but I did it, and that was probably the only time we ate keto the entire time I was there, so I blame me. Um, and then, so after I had spoken with her and after I had been there, um, I really was curious about keto, so I started doing a little more research. And in February of this year, on the 26th to be exact, I started my ketogenic journey, and I was 210 pounds, and right now I'm down to what dances between 185 and 187. So I'm back where I was, and instead of taking me 6 months to get back to 185, it took me like 7 weeks. And
I've got to stop you there. I got an interrupter. Get over it. But that's amazing. Like, you have made some serious. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. I mean, it's been difficult. What I mean by difficult is when I'm here by myself, I have no problems at all. Like, I can just, keep to my macros and everything. But the second I'm around, like, my old habits, I really have to work, and it gets aggravating. Like, if you guys go back to my channel and you see the failure at my parents' house to maintain any sort of semblance of humanity, it was hard because I'm just not used to that. And I think there's something to be said for isolation when you're first starting the diet because you can get a sense for how you feel when you're on that diet, completely on that diet and whatnot. But at the same time, just like if you over sterilize your home, you become really susceptible to sickness because you clear out all the germs. So when you're around real food, you're like, and what I mean by real food is like the stuff you like to eat, like the processed crap. You're like, oh my god, spaghetti, nom 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 nom, and you lose all senses because you don't have that to build up an immunity to or tolerance toward. So, so I've been on my diet, and I wouldn't say I'm a purist because I'm on a budget, so I don't always eat like grass-fed, blah, 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 like a lot of people do. And I don't have anything against it. Like, one of the things that we're going to talk about is that keto is a customizable diet. I mean, there are your boundaries, like you have to stick to your macros or it's not going to work. But at the same time, I mean, if you're doing like something that has real sugar in it, but you're sticking to your macros, it's still gonna work for you. Let me be perfectly honest. Like the first 3 weeks of my diet, if I had like 8 carbs left over, I would have two extreme sour crybaby gums because I would want to be chomping, but I wouldn't want to be eating. So, like, I would have these two gums, and they were 4 carbs each, and it was pure sugar. Like, obviously, it's not going to be healthy. Um, but I was still losing weight. So, a lot of people will say as long as it fits into your macros, then it's going to work for you. A lot of the purists will say no sugar, only grass-fed, only whole foods, only organic, and that's it, or you're doing it wrong. But
And do your craft.
say again?
Go join your craft.
Yeah, exactly. So, so the ketogenic diet is, I have found it to be very flexible to a degree. Like, you have, like, let's say you have like a resistance band. There's one side of it and there's another, and you can pull it as far as you can pull it, but you can't, like, exceed its limitations or it'll just break and it won't work for you anymore. The ketogenic diet is the same way. And so that's kind of the first thing I wanted to talk about. So me and Amber do kind of different, we do keto in different ways. So, do you want to talk about the way that you're doing keto, and then I'll talk about the way that I do mine?
Yeah. So when I started out, I would do, I did no more than 20 grams of carbs. Those carbs had to be from green or cruciferous veg. I ate fats and stuff liberally, watched my protein, which drove me crazy, and whatever. But now that I'm working on myself and trying to improve myself as a whole, I am, some people will call it lazy keto, but it's low carb, whatever. I will still try to stick between 20 and 30 carbs a day, and from vegetables if possible, but I'm not tracking macros. I am just, I'm going to eat when I want and not eat when I don't want and call it good, because I'm having a hard time with restrictiveness at the moment. So I'm working on that. But I'm not going to eat sugar because sugar and I don't really do well together. That had to be a sad breakup. But, if I'm out the carbs for it, yeah, I might have sweet potato fries with my bunless burger at Red Robin. I have the carbs for it, and I need to be able to social situations and go out to eat with people at restaurants that I normally wouldn't eat at because they're not keto friendly,
right,
and be able to have a normal life, because it's really big for me. So, for example, a little bit, a while back, because we were going to go to, if any of you are from Portland, Oregon, you might know the restaurant Miss Delta. It's a Southern food restaurant. So you got your fried okra and your fried catfish and your cornbread and all of this, sorry to anybody who gets triggered by hearing things about, like, non-keto food. I apologize, but I
can put up a warning.
Yeah, I should have said that first, but I'm still getting used to the whole trigger thing. Yeah, when we went and I looked at the menu and I said, okay, I can have a veg salad. It's a bacon and I can add chicken to it. And sure, the ranch dressing might have had some sugar in it. I'll never know. That's fine. But it was so good, and I think that was probably, and of course, whenever you add chicken to a salad, they always give you chicken breast. They never give you chicken thigh or whatever. So, but that was probably the chicken breast I've eaten, and best tasting salads I've ever eaten. So, yeah, I really try to work my way of eating around my life, because if I do it the other way around, I just won't do it. It's just too much work.
Now, the way that you're doing keto right now, will there be, like, intermittent fasting at all? If you feel the need for it, or is it just going to be like just eating like a regular day's worth of meals and whatnot? Like, is there anything at all that you're sticking to with the way that you're doing it, like calories or whatnot?